I'll never catch him while I'm this small. Why, curious butterflies.
You mean bread and butterflies?
Oh, yes, of course.
Hello, I am Milk, and this is Milk Astrology. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I am an astrology, tarot, beauty channel, but mostly tarot lately. I have the weekly tarot forecast for the elements, air, earth, fire, and water, and I'm looking at them now. I am including oracles this week, so hopefully that is something that you guys like. Let me know if you hate it. And not gonna lie, this is going to be a pretty heavy week for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. The cards that I have for you are Eight of Swords. So right now you are currently feeling like you are at, and I don't want to say you're at war, but it feels like you are needing to protect yourself. You're feeling like you're in defense mode. I don't know if there's people around you that are just really giving you a hard time lately, or if you just feel like you can't be comfortable in your environment or with yourself, but you're on defense mode. And then right next to this, you also have Nine of Wands. So you're standing there and you're strong in your position and you're kind of holding your own, but it's taking a lot out of you mentally, because I also have Nine of Swords reversed, and this is a really like fight or flight spread for air signs. And it doesn't help that I have full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. So what I make of this is that you're currently in a situation where things are very volatile, and it's almost like you are reaching a breaking point. I think that you've been holding a lot in. I think you've been working through a lot of insecurities and a little fears, but you've kind of been standing in your own on this. You've kind of been holding it down, and I don't think people are really aware of like how much you've been enduring. I think it's kind of like you're at a breaking point because you're ready to fight. You're ready to not attack, but you're tired of holding it all in. It's almost like you've been absorbing like as much as possible, and I think that it's like enough is enough for you. You're reaching this conclusion with Aries energy. Aries energy is also Mars energy. Mars energy is literally the fighting planet. So it almost looks like you need to be honest about something, because something is just not sitting right in your environment. It almost is like people around you are just getting on your last nerve, or people around you are, I don't know if it's like you feel like someone's doing a disservice to you, or if you feel like you just feel really defensive. So I don't know if it's that you need to get yourself out of a situation. Like if people around you are making you feel this defensive and this like on guard, like all of these are like you in fight mode, whether it's with yourself or it's with everyone around you. Like you're feeling really nervous, you're feeling really anxiety ridden, and it's not healthy to feel like you need to constantly be prepared for something. And this is really just telling me that like this week, air signs, you need to take a break. You need to admit to other people how you're feeling, because I think you're taking so much in that it's leaving nothing for you. It's almost like you're drained. You're exhausted, but you're also angry about something, and you need to let it go, or you need to talk about it, because you holding it in is only just you self-deprecating, and you can't keep holding things in or absorbing things that are not good for you, because it's making you unhealthy. But you also need to figure out what's getting on your last nerve right now. What are you upset about? Is it something that, like, maybe you had a fight with a loved one? Is it a family member? What is the situation, and what can you do about it? Because you're reaching your breaking point. You're going to this very like dramatic conclusion, but you need to really make sure that whatever you decide is something that you won't face repercussions for. Like, make sure that what you're doing is not something that you're going to regret later, whether that's telling someone off or standing your ground about something that you really believe in and want, but you do need to stand up for yourself, because there's this like sense of you not speaking on this. And you need to definitely let people know what you're feeling and where you're coming from, but you need to be careful, because I think you have a tendency to hold so much in that when you do lash out or when you do speak on something, people can be blindsided by it because they most of the time aren't even aware that something was wrong. So yeah, it almost looks like you just really need to breathe this week. But you also need to make sure that you're looking out for yourself, because Aries energy, as much as we associate it with like fighting and temper and passion, it's also like protecting. It's a very protective energy. So you need to make sure that you're protecting yourself and protecting what you want and what you feel you need. And you need to look out for yourself right now, because it's almost like you're not feeling like other people are. So you need to look out for yourself and stand up for yourself. And yeah, surround yourself with people that don't make you feel so paranoid, because you're feeling really paranoid and defensive. And I think that's stemming from the fact that your environment is making you that way. So what can you do differently, or what can you express differently to get people to back off, you know? And that is for air signs. Again, that was Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Wow, why am I forgetting everything? So up next we have earth signs, and I thought this was actually interesting because with earth signs, again, I would prefer you apply your rising sign. If you've been watching these videos, you know that I would prefer you apply your rising sign. You can apply your sun, moon, and Venus, but I would prefer your rising sign. I feel like that's the most accurate. I thought this was interesting when I pulled a Taurus oracle card, because it's an earth sign. So I thought that was appropriate. But yeah, so we have 5 of Cups this week. You're feeling really disappointed about something. Something did not work out the way that you wanted it to. So you're feeling really like disappointed, or you're feeling really like something that you wanted didn't happen the way that you thought it would. It's almost like you're dwelling on it though. Like you're really stuck in your head and you're not able to see things clearly or think about things clearly because you keep replaying this in your head. I don't know if you're drowning in nostalgia or what it was, but then you also have 3 of Pentacles reversed, and that means that there could be conflict like in your work environment right now. Like it's almost like right now you are in a situation where you're at a stalemate. It's almost like you wanted something and it didn't work out, and now you're just kind of in a situation where you feel stuck. And then I also have the Chariot reversed, so if you don't feel stuck, you definitely do now because of that card. And this oracle card says your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. So this is showing that you're not really happy at your job or in your environment. There's something that's taking place. I think there's maybe someone that's being really like agitating or aggressive toward you, and I just think that you are not feeling comfortable right now, and you're not feeling 100 with yourself. But you're also feeling stuck, and I think you're kind of at this like point where you're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like you're in this like headspace of you need to endure it. You need to just take it. And I think like you need to realize that you don't need to just endure it. You don't need to just take it. You can definitely change your situation, but you need to have a game plan. You can't just like sporadically jump onto a new idea or a project and get so detrimentally disappointed when things don't work out, because you can't act on impulse. You have to plan things out, and you have to make sure that you are not getting ahead of yourself. I think that you have a tendency to feel like, I think lately you've just been feeling really trapped, and I think instead of thinking like, okay, well, what can I do differently? What can I do to change this? You've just been acting kind of impulsive in a way of retaliating from this situation. And I don't think that's helping you, because like you're just spending your money, or you're just going and partying, or you know, you're being reckless instead of dealing with the actual issue. So what you need to do this week is you need to make a game plan. What do you not like right now this week? Is it your job? Is it your coworkers? Is it your family? Is it your relationship? What's taking place that's making you go into like this hermit mode, but also retaliating at the same time? You need to identify what's going on and actually like find a productive way to work through it, and not just avoid it completely, because it's kind of calming down to the point that you're just not happy. So you need to figure out what you can change and then start with small goals to get out of feeling like you're in a rut. And yeah, that was for Earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. I'm going very quickly with these. So for fire signs, this is interesting. I have New Moon in Capricorn, your hard work is paying off. But then I also have the Death card. I also have Queen of Cups. Wait, can't really see that. Queen of Cups. And then I have King of Cups reversed. So it looks like you're coming to this point where like things are working out for you and you're feeling like this, something is changing. There's a transitional period and it could be a positive one, especially with like Capricorn energy and New Moon in Capricorn. So something new is happening. It's an investment of what you've already been putting your efforts towards. So it's positive for the most part. And you have like this very emotionally intuitive kind of vibe right now. This week you're very like open to new experiences and new things, and you're able to really like connect with people on a very emotionally vulnerable level. And I think for fire signs that can sometimes shock you because you're expressive, but you're also kind of guarded with your emotions. You're not as like, which is weird because people don't really think that, but it's almost like you are going about things the right way. You have the right headspace. Something is aligning right now this week. It seems to be for the most part a good week, but you're also being dragged down by something. It's almost like either you're faced with like a situation where you feel like you need to be emotionally deceitful, or there's someone in your life that's being kind of manipulative about like these new opportunities or experiences that are taking place with you, and they could be like blocking you from them. And I'm not really sure, this is a general reading, so I don't really know how to discern if it's you or if it's someone around you. That's for you to kind of figure out, but I feel like overall it's like there's all these new things happening, and I think that it's scary for either you or the people around you. I think that someone is not liking this change. Someone is not liking this new experience, and instead of dealing with it in like a very healthy way and taking it on in stride, I think that they're kind of deconstructing. This could be a male kind of masculine energy, I don't know. But again, I think it's really important that you continue to work hard and work towards your goals this week and focus on yourself, but also be wary of erratic, impulsive people or you becoming this way. I think if you're feeling like weird or you're feeling unsettled about something, you need to really sit with it and make sure that you are 100 with yourself. Because, how do I say this? I think fire signs can struggle with not knowing who is actually there for them or who is just flattering them because they have their own motive. So it's important to just be cautious with yourself and your energy this week. But mostly, for the most part, this is like the most positive spread that I have, other than like maybe someone sabotaging you or potentially, or you sabotaging yourself. But this is the most positive spread this week. So congratulations. Something's going to work out for you in a positive manner, but just be conscious of who feels draining right now, and be conscious of your behavior patterns this week that drain you. Maybe like if you find yourself dwelling on something or having a temper tantrum about something, redirect your energy. Like try to read a book or distract yourself mentally. Or if someone's like blowing up your phone and bothering you and they seem like bitter, then maybe distance yourself, you know, protect your energy, protect yourself. Yeah, wow. For water signs, I have communication is key, new moon in Gemini, so you need to talk about something right now. I also have 8 of Pentacles reversed and the Star reversed, but I also have, 8 of Pentacles, yeah, and then Ace of Pentacles upright. So, you're focusing on so many things at once that you're not able to focus on yourself, and I think you've been holding something in lately, both you and air signs. There's like this sense of there's something that's like there's a positive undertone about like in a new beginning or an opportunity. But I think like in order to get there, you need to take a load off. Like you need to reprioritize the things that you have on your plate because you have too much on your plate at once. And you also need to be more vocal about your needs because I think you've been holding so much in that it's been making you physically sick. And I think that you are stressed out. Your body is stressed out. Your body is tired. And I think you need to really be more transparent about your needs. I think you have a habit of smiling through things or taking things on when you don't always need to, and then having like these really dramatic breakdowns when you feel overwhelmed instead of just being able to discern what you can take on at the moment and what you can't. So I just feel like this week you need to really let something go, and you need to really prioritize yourself, your own being, because there's a lot of opportunity and like a lot of breakthroughs that can happen when you communicate your needs to people. But until that you identify what it is that you are holding on to that is no longer serving a purpose for you, it could be making you sick. I don't know if that's mentally, I don't know if you're actually getting a cold right now because you're stressed, but you're not 100 with yourself, and it has nothing to do with anything that you're doing wrong. It's just that you're doing everything at once and you can't do it all. So you need to really figure out, like, maybe you're taking on more than someone else in your life, and instead of them picking up their slack, you've been picking up their slack, and you need to maybe have a conversation with them. You need to let them know, like, hey, I can't live for you and myself. I have to, like, you know, yeah, there has to be like balance. I don't know what it is, but this week you need to have a serious conversation about something, and you need to make sure that you are 100 with yourself because you are doing too much. So maybe do like a self-care day or something, you know? But yeah, that's the fastest that I've done these readings, and I didn't have to Google a meaning once while giving you guys readings. That means a lot to me. I'm very proud of myself. But yeah, so hopefully you guys liked these readings. Again, I didn't mean to be the bearer of bad news. It seems like air signs really have the toughest week ahead of them. And yeah, at the same time, I hope everyone liked this video. Please comment below and let me know if you did like it. Make sure to turn your notification bell all the way on, and give this video a thumbs up if you did like it, and let me know what you think about it. Also, let me know what you thought about last week's video, if you felt like it ended up being accurate for you. If it wasn't accurate for you, tell me why. And yeah, I will see you in my next week's video. Bye.